Dude, you know what album I listened to today?
What?
So, like, I listened to the Lil Nas whole EP.
No shit.
Dude, it's 7 songs.
Yeah.
It's actually really good.
Hell yeah.
I was like, damn, you know, fuck.
That's nice.
That's like way brighter.
Yeah, we Gucci. We got the top light going.
There we go. Now we got like some light, dude.
There we go, dude. Yeah, dude, there we go, dude. Oh, so Lil Nas X album is okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Check. Yeah.
Let's hit roll here. Hit record. Put that shit on hold. Cheer.
Let's hold. Oh, so we can't take it off?
Yeah, hold so that if you fucking touch buttons, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. How many remixes does Lil Nas X have?
What?
How many remixes of Old Town Road is there?
Oh, he has two versions of it on the album.
Justin Bieber?
Oh, no, he doesn't have the Bieber version. But it's still a pretty good album, though.
Hell yeah.
He does a song with Travis Barker.
I feel like I should listen to it, give it a chance.
It's only 7 songs.
He's been like #1 for however long, like a record-breaking amount of time. Right?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
on the billboards and shit.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right, dude. What the fuck you want to talk about, bro?
Dude, I mean, this is your podcast.
I know. All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is episode number, I don't know, 7 with Chris Mortenson. And I don't remember how I met him. I think it was partying at the Gully House, right?
Yeah, I met you on the Fit Trip.
Fit Trip here. Yep. And you guys stayed at
the
Maloof crib.
At Maloof's house, yeah.
So,
and I knew about you because from Mediocre at Best.
Hell yeah.
And then all the Sabrosa stuff.
Yeah.
And then, but I never met
just
you.
Just like BMX family type shit.
Yeah.
Because it's like that with
it's
a
just
lot
like word of mouth, you know?
Yeah.
You just hear Bobby Kanode.
You
know?
It's the Kanode.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
It was that was a crazy chapter, like my parents lived over there in that same neck of the woods, and then Tony's dad owned that house, and it was just like pretty nice house.
I think I beat you. We were playing Super Mario Kart.
Yeah.
It was good.
And partying hard.
And
dude.
Bottle Gun and Super Mario Kart.
We were jumping off the roof into the pool. They had a fucking hot tub going there. Like every BMX trip that came to Arizona, like wound up there. At one point, it was like DBG, Westcott, Elkin, J.E. Tony, I should know how to say J.E.'s last name at this point. Ielkin. And yeah, those 4 all living. Did you ever stay there for more than...
We just stayed there for 10 days.
Yeah.
That was the longest time. Yeah.
Where were you living at that point?
I was living in Culver City.
In
California, in Los Angeles, yeah.
And then, like, fuck, man. Let's... Pew, pew, pew. How did you grow up in California?
Well, no, I was born in San Diego.
Okay.
But then when I was a baby, I moved to New Mexico.
Sick.
And
so is that how you know all the New Mexico dudes?
Yeah.
Well?
But I'm from southern New Mexico, so I'm from a town called Silver City, New Mexico.
Okay.
And then we didn't have a skate park or we didn't have anything. It was like I lived in the woods. Like I grew up like fishing and like hunting
Sick.
and stuff. And but my mom would take me to Albuquerque whenever they built Los Altos, because that was like pretty much the closest skate park.
That park is sick.
In New Mexico.
How far is that drive then?
I mean, it was like 4 hours.
Jeez.
4.5 hours.
And you were just psyched on riding your bike? Like,
huh?
How did BMX start? Your mom get you a bike?
Yeah, because let's see. Well, it all started in 1998 X Games when I saw Dave Mira ride the street contest and then the vert contest, and I was like, him and Nyquist, and I was like, whoa. I was like, what the fuck is this? Because I was like, yeah, I don't know. I just was playing video games, and I was just like going outdoors and fishing and doing all this stuff. And then I was really into archery. I shot a lot of archery.
Sick.
Yeah.
Young Joe Rogan, dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So I was like,
That's random and awesome.
No, it's pretty funny. Yeah, I used to shoot competitively.
No shit.
Yeah, went to nationals. It was nice.
What?
Yeah,
For real? How old were you at nationals?
Fuck. I think I was like...
Young archer, dude.
Yeah, dude, I used to hit the bullseye at like 80 yards.
Sick. That's fucking rad.
So like, I think it was like probably like 6th grade.
Yeah.
6th grade, 7th grade. And then I think I shot archery up until like, even when I was riding and stuff.
Hold on, let me reintroduce you. I'm here with Chris Mortenson, national champion archer.
Yeah, so it's like, I watched the X Games and I was like, whoa, what is this? And then my friend Brad, he was like my neighbor, like in the neighborhood, and like we lived in this super tiny town, and he's like, dude, I got these 2 bikes, because I was like, I want a bike, and like didn't have any bikes, and he's like, I got these 2 bikes, and I think he probably like would borrow them from this like house, because it was like a mountain town, so sometimes there was just nobody there at these places, and I think he would borrow these 2 bikes, and he would just like, we would just be riding we would just be riding these bikes, and it was like, you know, there was like a little dirt jump that we'd jump, and then we would basically just ride from one side of the town to the other, and it was just like,
dude, so much freedom. That first bike, like,
it was cool.
Are you kidding me? I can ride like
2
miles away from my house.
It was pretty sweet. So I had one of those that had like a coaster brake.
Pause. Okay, so free coaster.
Yeah, no. So I had a coaster brake.
Yeah.
And then and then once I figured out, I was like, oh man, I think this bike is like borrowed. Yeah. I remember I spray painted it blue, and like I just kept it.
Hell yeah.
And then and then my mom for Christmas, my mom got it's so funny. My mom got my sister for Christmas. She got her like a mongoose with 4 pegs and stuff like that.
No shit.
No, we didn't know what any of the pegs were like. Yeah. I think she even just bought her the bike as like a bike, like just to have a bike. And then we watched the X Games. Yeah, I mean, a dope Walmart mongoose, you know. And I was like, and I had a gyro and all this stuff. And then I remember I was like, I watched the X Games and I was like, oh wow, that's what this bike is for. Like, oh, this is crazy. But then it was kind of too heavy, and just like I stuck with these little Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
These
so you're
little
just jumping
bikes.
dirt and shit.
Yeah, just like jumping little like flyouts. We would make these flyouts and stuff.
Were you doing tricks? What was the first trick you learned?
The first trick I learned was probably like a no footer.
Sick.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Probably like a no footer.
Yeah.
No footer, maybe like a one hander.
That's a trick I still can't do.
I don't like taking the hands off.
Yeah.
Although I do I could do no foot one handers though.
Nice. Okay. I respect that. Yeah.
I don't know why.
Wow.
Yeah. It was like, so then my mom, after that, like after I was like kind of really getting the bikes, I started outgrowing the bike, and my mom bought me a Haro race bike.
Sick.
I never raced though, because there was no tracks or anything. So my mom bought me a race bike, and then I put pegs on it. And it was that's when I learned how to grind and stuff like that. Was like,
you learned how to grind on a race bike.
Yeah, pretty much. Because I was like small, like I was like a really little kid. Yeah. So it was like,
dude, I just saw that picture of you from when you were young.
Yeah, no, I mean I was not like big at all.
You're
like
a character.
Yeah, so big glasses, dude. And so I learned how to grind on that thing. And
sick.
And then the first real bike my mom got me was like, it was a J Mirror on a Schwinn.
Sick.
With the.
Yeah.
But it was like, I remember I got it for Christmas, and I really loved the bike, but it was so heavy. Like I could hop like probably like a foot on the race bike.
Do you remember your first bunny hop?
Yeah, I was like, it was over like I would set up these piece of like 2x4s.
Yeah. Just
in my grandpa's like area and at his house, and I would just try to like hop over them. Yeah. And I remember the first time I did it, I was like, and it didn't fall, and I was like, oh, what the hell? I was like so stoked, and then I got this other bike for Christmas that had pegs and all. It was like a freestyle bike, and then I couldn't hop anymore.
Yeah, because it's too heavy.
Yeah, because it's too heavy. Yeah. So.
And then mom's driving you to Los Altos. Like, do you meet people that we know?
Well,
like, out
that's
there?
like.
How old are you at this point?
I'm like 13. I would say I'm like 13.
So in 98, you're 13?
Yeah.
You're like, no shit. So what does that make you?
Oh, wait, you want pause real fast?
Yeah,
mom, just so my mom and the dogs, like, they're going to bark.
Yeah, dude, we pause.
Can we pause real fast? Is that
pausing it in 1998.
Oh, you say that, my mom.
Okay.
We were talking about bikes.
Oh, yeah, now where were we? All right, he wasn't lying. The dogs just went crazy. He's got 3 dogs, a mom, a baby, and a sister down there. It's a full house.
Oh, shoot. We forgot to clap, or do they sync up pretty easy?
There's a button in Premiere that you can use.
Really?
You click your audio, and you click your video, and then you select them both, and right click and merge clips.
Yeah, way better than that.
Dude, I used
VHS,
to
right?
Yeah. For the longest time, that button was an option, but I was just manually like zooming in at the waveforms and matching it up and trying it out and all that.
That's how I used to do it too.
Yeah, and then one day I was like, oh, what's this do? What?
Mind blown.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
All right, so it's 1998.
Oh, yeah.
We've seen Dave Mirra and Ryan Nyquist. We've got the race bike that we bunny hopped on.
Yeah.
The J Mirra on Schwinn. Now we're going to meet people and...
Oh, yeah, we were talking about who if I'm in Albuquerque, yeah. Oh, so, I mean, I'm trying to think, like... I know the first couple of times I went to Altos, it's like kind of a haze because I don't quite remember. Like, everybody, I feel like, was all, like, everybody was learning how to like still kind of, you know.
Yeah.
So it was
the
like
younger days.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, but I definitely remember. I remember seeing Wes a couple times that I was there, and I think I was like too shy to even really like ride. I think I would go there and I would just chill and like probably ride, you know what I'm saying? And then I really started going and riding there whenever like local exposure tour. My mom would take me up for those.
Sick.
Like whenever they went through there once, and that was really fun. And then also like Double Ditch. I remember going to a couple Double Ditches.
Double Ditches, dude.
You know, and
I went
then
to a couple myself. Yeah.
And then I think that's whenever like, but I remember. I think it was like, I think it was one of my first trips to Albuquerque. I remember Nate Richter was pretty much the one person that stood out because he was like 8 years old and like killing it.
Yeah.
You know, I remember him.
Killer.
Yeah, just like blasting over the hip and all this stuff. And then like, I remember we went and rode these trails. And I couldn't ride trails, but like just watching all those people ride, you know what I'm saying? Is like, I think that was the first time where I got to like see people ride in person though. Was
those jams and shit.
Yeah, those jams. And then whenever my mom would take me to Albuquerque, because I didn't have a skate park.
Yeah,
there was no skate parks, and then they finally like built a mini ramp, and these skaters built a mini ramp in this public park.
Sick.
And then they had like. Then they kind of slowly built on like a ledge and a flat rail.
Yeah.
On this like slab of cement, and that's pretty much where I rode from like all like through high school. I learned how to ride my bike there, like on this like little box that had like just like a ledge and a down ledge.
Yeah.
And then just like a 4-foot mini ramp.
Were you like watching videos, VHS or?
Yeah, I was watching
magazines and shit.
I remember. I think it was my first trip to Albuquerque actually was when I first saw a ride. We went to this bike shop. And I remember it was the ride, and I bought it. I wish I still had it, but it was the one with the Dave Mary interview in it.
Sick.
And so that I was like reading that, and I was like, whoa, this is just
a magazine, just BMX.
Like this is so cool. And I think that's when it really started. Like that's when it really piqued my interest in like not photography, because I always wanted to be a photographer.
Yeah.
But I wanted to work for like National Geographic and stuff like that. And then I saw that issue of Ride, and I was like, I want to try and do this. Like, this is what I want to do,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, dude, that was my, like, kind of next question was, like, where did photography come into play? So you wanted to be a photographer even before?
Since, like, 6 years old.
No shit.
Because my mom was a photographer in the Navy, so, like,
that's super rad.
Yeah, so she had, like, whenever, I remember, like, when we'd move and stuff, whenever we, like, cleaning out a closet or something, I would find these, like, shoe boxes just full of pictures, and she had, like, pictures from, like, San Diego Chargers games, and, like, pictures of battleships and jets, and like, and I was like, dude, this is so cool. And so like I was just, I don't know, it's just I've never
filmed back then too. Huh?
Yeah, and so I just never. She used to shoot weddings too.
So I would assume like your first camera, because that was another thing I was gonna ask. What's your first camera? Is it a hand me down from mom?
No, my first camera was a point and shoot from my grandma or my aunt. Because my aunt was a photographer too, and so like my aunt got me and my sister for Christmas like just a point and shoot 35mm.
Sick, yeah.
And so I would just like shoot.
Those are sick as fuck.
All the time.
Like, I want to point and shoot. You know?
Yeah. So
what was your first? Do you remember like your first photo that you were super stoked that you got, or like the most memorable one from back then? And what was it? This monsoon is so sick.
I know, right?
I love weather out here.
Definitely, the monsoon seasons are nice. I miss that in the desert, you know?
Mm-hmm. The smell, dude. The, like, after rain smell of the kind of dirt is so dope.
I'm trying to think if I ever, like, I don't know, like, I think a lot of the times it was just, like, me just, like, I didn't really figure out how to take pictures for, like, a while. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Just you doing do it.
Yeah, it was just like a thing that I did, and I just like would document like everything, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I mean, I think that one of my first, I don't know if it's down here, but I was like, I have a picture of my first sequence I did, because that was my next camera. My mom got me a camera with a motor drive for Christmas, or for my birthday.
What does that mean, camera?
Oh, just like it was like, so you could shoot sequences but with film, so you could hold the button down and it would shoot like 5 frames a second.
No shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was.
Yeah. So I mean, but back to your last question,
I don't motor drive.
I can't think of like right now. Like I can't think of I think the very first photo that I thought was like really sick was probably like some of the stuff I shot in when I was in college. Just like of my friends like really kind of figuring out how to shoot BMX.
Where did you go to college?
New Mexico State University.
Okay. Did you like move away from home? Where's New Mexico State?
It's in Las Cruces, New Mexico.
Is that close to Albuquerque?
It's 4 hours away.
Oh, okay.
It's like right. It's by Juarez. Texas.
What's the university in Albuquerque?
University of New Mexico.
Okay, word. We rode there. That place is sick.
That place is pretty sick. Yeah.
And then what? After college, move out to California. How did you get out there?
Yeah. So I spent 5 years, 5 years in college.
Oh yeah. Hold on. What did you study in college?
I studied photography.
Sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have a bachelor's of fine art photography. Yeah.
Nice.
And it was actually pretty cool because I almost transferred to UNM, and I was like, because there was so funny because I was so excited to graduate high school and go to college and be like, yes, I can finally like ride skate parks and like try to start this riding thing, you know, even more, you know.
Yeah.
And I was super stoked on that. And then I ended up, I don't know why, I think it was just like a little bit of laziness, but I didn't go to UNM. Instead, I went to, because in New Mexico, you get a lottery scholarship. So
what does that mean?
So if you have a 2.5 GPA or higher, when you graduate high school, you get, and then you continue that GPA through college, your whole college is paid for.
Nice.
So I got but you have to go to in-state. So it was either University of New Mexico or New Mexico State University. And like all my friends were going from high school. We're going there, and I was like, well,
to state?
No, to New Mexico State. Yeah, it's like
where you were.
And I was like, well, I'll just go there. I mean, I'll just go there. Like, you know, this is probably pretty cool. Yeah. You know, and then like I had some friends who like I used to ride with, like they all went there, and so I was like, this will be pretty cool. And they got a skate park.
What?
You know?
Do you regret it or what? Is that what
no, I don't regret it, but like, no, I don't regret it because, so I went there and then I was like, I was there for my first semester and I was like, dude, I'm about to change and go to Albuquerque because Albuquerque has all the skate parks, you know? Like there's like one park and it was built, dude, the park in Cruces it was built by these dudes who build pools, so every transition is like
super tight,
like
pool.
Weird, like super weird, dude. Like there's like one transition in the whole park that is like worth riding, you know?
Yeah.
So I mean, so still I really didn't have like, I rode there every night.
What is like getting a degree in photography like? What's your thesis, you know? Like do you have to do some final project?
Yeah, your last year or whatever is a thesis and stuff like that.
So then what's that involve? Just the creating a portfolio?
you gotta come up with like a whole art project. Okay. Like a whole project.
What was yours?
Mine was a project, it was called Life in the Middle, and it was just about it was my dad passed away when I was in college.
Okay.
When I was 21. And so I was like, I started making these self-portraits about like being in the gray area of becoming like a man and like not like when you become like an adult and when you're not like an adult. Yeah. So it's like, that's a funny. So I bought when my dad passed away. I bought a new camera and then I bought like all these lights because I really want to learn how to use strobes and stuff like that. And so I bought lights and I taught myself how to use strobes and I started setting up all these like lighting situations that almost look like theater. You know what I'm saying? But just with me, like self portraits. And so it was pretty. So it was pretty cool. And so that basically what my project was. I had like
so life 30, in the middle.
Yeah.
So like
I had like 30 prints.
I'm picturing a theme where you're like literally in the middle of two things. You know?
Well, it is. It's funny because it's like you in a weird way. It's like about being in transition. You know what I'm saying? And so, and that project actually got like I showed some prints in Tokyo, and then like I did a couple other things. Went to like some portfolio reviews.
Did
and
you
stuff
just
like
say
that.
you sold some prints in Tokyo?
Yeah. Yeah,
what?
from that project. Well, I went to this thing. I went to this thing called Review Santa Fe, and it's basically like a juried portfolio review. So like you go in and you're like
juried portfolio.
Yeah,
review.
so
a
like
bunch of people looking at your shit.
Basically, but it's like juried is like there's 4 judges. Okay. So the year before that, it was like the curator for the Tate Museum, the curator for she was fucking, who was she?
We talking curator.
Dude, it was crazy because I was actually there the year before, like volunteering during the process while I saw them judge everybody's work, and they do it in Santa Fe in this big church. Yeah. And they like they're looking at 800 projects. No shit. And there's like 4 people, and it was like you're just watching them like they read the artist statement and then they look at a couple images and then they're like next, or like we'll keep it, and they do it in like 3 different rows, you know.
Yeah.
And so I watched them go through this whole process. So it was like really crazy because the next year I applied, submitted with my project, my like school project, you know.
So it's like it's not a school thing. It's
this is like people from like
everywhere.
This is from and this is like professional photographers, like people who have been working on these projects for like years, you know, and like So I submitted with my school project.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting in.
That's sick.
and it was so crazy because I was like, dude, I was meeting like photo editors from Time, like photo editor National Geographic, curators from like the SF MoMA, like all these people, and they were just like looking at my work, but I was like a little too young for it to like really kind of stick, but like I learned a lot from that experience, you know.
Dude, that's fucking
pretty
badass.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I assisted this lady she's a Magnum photographer, and I went on a couple shoots with her through the South. Like it's like Magnum Photo Agency. It's like super well renowned photojournalist.
I thought condoms.
Yeah. I know.
Keep going.
Yeah, Magnum. Just assist this lady Magnum. No, it was like this lady, and I assisted her for National Geographic, like my last like
literally dream come true. Right?
Yeah, no, it was cool. Yeah, man. I was like our first assignment. Like I was showing her around my school, like my town, or like Las Cruces. She was working on this project based around food, and anyways, she was like complaining. Yeah. She's like, I don't have an assistant for these shoots in Alabama and all this place, and I'm like, they're supposed to get me an assistant from the New York Times and nothing. And I was like, oh shit, I was like, man, I'll be your assistant, you know? And I was still like in finals, like I was about to hit my final week. Yeah. And she was like, wait, really? Are you serious? Like we can work that out. And I was like, oh, are you serious? Like, I was like, yeah. So like I ended up, instead of taking finals, I went to like on a fucking road trip.
Sick. And you
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying is that like instead of going to Albuquerque, I lucked out because like whenever the semester that I just decided to stay, my actual professor, because he was on, I didn't know this, but he was on sabbatical because he won a Guggenheim Fellowship. So like,
what's that?
A Guggenheim Fellowship.
Is
it's
that
like
a museum.
Yeah, it's like a $500,000 grant to do whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
And so he'd been working on this project on the border for the first year that I was in college. So I never even met him. Yeah. And then anyways, so it's like, so it was cool because I just like kind of, while he was building this big project, I kind of got to see how like you put it together and like how you sell prints for like $25,000.
Yeah.
Like,
wow.
Yeah, we were like framing, dude. We were framing like huge prints, like 10-foot, like prints that were like 4 foot by 8 foot. Sick. Prints.
So speaking of the money part, you sold some prints in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Did you make some money off that?
Yeah, like $700.
That's sick.
And it was actually funny. I talked to the guy on Facebook. Oh, where did I see? I saw the guy actually like. I think I saw him in Palm Springs a couple months ago. The guy who ran the gallery that I showed at. Yeah. And he was like, I installed the prints and everything like in these people's house. So there's like 2 pictures.
No shit.
Of me in these like people's house.
These are the self-portraits. Fuck, I forgot about that.
Just me. There's a picture of me throwing away a piece of trash.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, what's like the most you've sold a print for?
That one right there.
Yeah, 700?
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. Yeah. That's fucking, that's awesome.
It's pretty cool, yeah, right? Yeah, it's pretty funny. So, yeah, I made...
What did you shoot that project on?
My first camera, my Canon 5D. That's what...
Is that... No, 5D's like digital.
No, the 5D Mark II. I had a 5D Mark II. That's what I bought. And I just upgraded to a Canon 1DX like last summer.
That thing's a workhorse though, the 5D, right?
Yeah, dude. I had it for... I was thinking, because I have 2 of them. Well, I had 2 of them. I sold one, but I still have the main shooting. One. And I used it for 10 years. Like, it got me through college, got me like 6 years in California. Yeah. And then I upgraded.
So speaking of California, Quentin Co. moving to California, what's going on there? Like what?
Yeah.
How did that start? How'd you get from selling prints in Tokyo in college to moving to California?
So I was just on it, man. Like I graduated college and I was working for the newspaper. And like the local newspaper, which is cool. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Very cool. And so I was doing like editorials for them and stuff like that, and they would send me on assignments. But like all the time, I was just sending emails to like companies, like, you know what I'm saying? And then I remember,
hey, I'm looking for.
I remember it was like back in LA. They had they were doing. Do you remember the bank videos with? Yes. It was Andrew. It was
Jackson.
Yeah. Well, or no, it was. Andrew Jackson.
He was writing in it?
Yeah, well, it was like their project, the bank, and it was like super dope films.
Yeah, it was.
And they used to film at the Quentin Rams.
Okay.
Some of it, and like I remember watching one of those edits, and I was like, Quentin Co, that's like pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know.
So you reached
out. So I like sent them an email, and they were like, yeah, like when are you coming to Cali? And I was like, just so happens I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'm actually gonna be in California for this punk show, like punk festival.
Sick.
I was like, maybe I could come up and shoot some stuff. And the festival was in San Diego, and I didn't realize. Because I just was like, California is all the same. Blah, blah. Like I was like, I didn't realize that there's like a big difference between driving San Diego to LA.
Oh yeah.
So I went to this fucking, it was called Awesome Fest.
Sick.
And it was all like DIY pop punk bands, and they all played in downtown San Diego. And dude, I would literally party till like about 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
I wake up, like I didn't get too drunk or nothing, but like. Cause I was like, all right, I gotta like drive in the morning. So it's like I would wake up though I like probably like 6 o'clock, and it's like so funny. So they're like, yeah, dude, meet up with Eddie Cleveland and Jesse Whaley.
Nice.
And I'm just like, dude, this is my chance. Like here we go, dude. Like this is so.
I'm gonna make it.
This is so sick. I'm gonna be riding with these fools, like whatever. So, the first day I drive, dude. I'm hungover. I'm driving to San Diego. Just whatever. I get there like 9. And I meet up with Jesse, and he's like at this place in Echo Park. Yeah, right? In LA. Yeah. Okay, so I make it to LA. I meet up with Jesse at this place in Echo Park, and he's like, yeah, we're gonna go over to Eddie's house, and then we're like gonna go ride or whatever. And I was like, all right, cool. So it's like we go over to Eddie's house in Echo Park, and we're just watching motorcycle movies and like drinking beers and like
at 9 a.m.
I mean, it was probably like by that time it was probably like 11 or so, you know. Yeah. And like I'm just casually taking pictures, not really taking too many pictures, you know what I'm saying, but just kind of whatever is happening. Yeah. And so, but we don't go ride that day. Like I'm there for like, dude, I'm there probably till like 4 p.m, like just kicking it with these guys, and we're just watching movies and shit.
Sick.
And like. And they're like,
sometimes that's
they're like, yeah, dude, sorry, man, we didn't ride. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll go ride tomorrow. Yeah. And like, I don't think they realize I'm like coming up from San Diego. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, yeah. So anyways, I get back in the car, drive to San Diego, and I like come back the next day, and we go to Garvanza Park over in Highland Park, in G Park, and it's like, and so we go there.
I know about G Park then.
Yeah, so we go there, and we're riding, and like, but obviously you're riding a skate park in the morning, and it's like nobody's doing it. Like there was, I think I shot a pic. Actually, you know what? I shot a photo of Jesse Whaley doing a foot jam on the quarter sub on the sub, and I actually ran an ad as Quentin Co, which was pretty dope.
Yeah.
But like we did that, and then and I think it was like Eddie got a flat, and then he was like, "Yo, we're just gonna go over to my homie's house. He has a motorcycle shop." So we go over there. I'm just kicking it with him and just taking pictures.
So Eddie's been into motorcycles.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, they were. I was like, they were doing they were hanging out with the guy who runs the Built to Shred stuff. Like that show. Remember Built to Shred?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were like all in this little like just motorcycle garage, like chilling. We were just drinking beers and just kicking it and everything. And I'm just shooting pictures of them with their motorcycles and all that stuff. And then I was about to leave, and like it was so funny. I was like about to leave, and they were like, "Dude, you know what, man? You're fucking pretty cool, dude." Quentin sends a lot of photographers our way, man, and they just like, "We're not gonna ride, we're not gonna do anything." Yeah. And I was like, "I mean, yeah, dude, we're just chilling, right? Like, I don't care."
Hell yeah.
And so I sent the homie the photos, the guy Brett, who was running Quentin at the time, and yeah, dude. From there, I just like kept working for him. I would drive out there like every 2 weeks.
So you're living
in for a week. I was living in New Mexico.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah, and then I would like drive every other week to go to California. I would stay in a hotel. So it wasn't
like a full-time job. No. That's kind of what I thought it was like.
No, I would go like, and then I went on a trip with them to Mexico.
Yeah.
And that was a trip where they ran in the Albion, and that's where I like met Gabe and a lot of the other like all the people on the trip and in that Albion interview. I think who the fuck was shot that? I was like, I forgot his name. I don't know. It was
yeah. But so who ran Quentin, and like what was it? I remember it was like clothing.
Yeah, clothing company.
Just clothing.
Yeah, just clothing, okay. And it was it was owned by a dude named Sam. I think so.
I feel ignorant.
I think so, but I don't think on the level that they were. I know they still probably make stuff, and I heard they might be making new stuff, but I'm not too sure.
It's pretty cool, man. I respect the shit.
But it was cool, yeah, man. For a while, because once I got put on full time and I moved out to California, I was like on like salary guy,
yeah,
you know?
Hell yeah.
And but I mean basically, and then whenever I was like, oh shit, I'm actually moving out here. This is so crazy.
Yeah.
And then I was like, dude, I don't want to drive like alone.
Yeah.
And this is like this is the best part, because it's like, I was like, fuck, I got a job at Quentin. This is awesome. I'm like going to California. I don't want to like be out there by myself, you know?
Wes.
So I call fucking Nate and Wes.
Okay.
And I'm like, yo, I'm moving to California. You want to come? And Nate's like, he's like, yeah. So I drive out of my way, dude. I pick up Nate and Wes, dude, and we all go to
just straight. They just straight on a whim moved to California.
Yeah, dude. We just went like.
That's fucking awesome.
Well, Wes not entirely yet all the way,
Yeah.
but like within the next couple months he was out there full time. But like Nate was like we ended up. It was actually it worked out perfectly because I didn't have a place to stay or anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's like shit. So Nate.
So you were just sending it like car drive out there. And
yeah.
You didn't have a
not in.
place,
Well, I mean,
no
I
plan?
figured maybe like something would happen, you know. And if anything, I could stay because I was like, I'll get there, I'll work for a month, and I'll find a place to live in a month. That was my goal, you know. And so,
did that work out?
dude, no, this is crazy. So like we go and Nate calls Morgan Long at the Cement Face house,
Mm-hmm.
and we stay there. And we stayed there. We were like, yeah, could we stay there for the weekend? And they're like, yeah, come crash with us. We ended up, and I was like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna go out, search for a place, find a place on like we got there Saturday.
Yeah.
Or we got there Friday night. So Saturday, I didn't go ride or anything. I went as like, all right, I'm going out. And my friend just said, just go to the neighborhood you want to live in, drive around until you find a place. I was like, okay, cool. Sounds great.
Yeah.
Like, I've never looked for apartments before, you know? And so sure enough, dude, I'm driving around Highland Park and all the places are like $2,000, $2,000. And I'm like, damn, that's expensive. And then I just randomly find this duplex and I call the guy, or I either call the guy. Yeah, I call the guy and he's like, oh yeah, I'm here right now actually. So I go in, I meet the guy.
Mm-hmm.
It's perfect. And I'm like, sweet. I was like, I'll take it.
Yeah.
And so I gave him the deposit right there.
Nice.
And, but then he was like, yeah, man, but I'm not going to have the house ready for a month.
Oh, shit.
So like I was like, oh, that's cool. So what turned into like was supposed to be a weekend turned me and
Into
like
a
Nate
month
and
at
a
the
month
cement
staying
place,
at their house, and
Oh,
it was
shit.
cool. Yeah, but shout out to
How
Morgan.
much was the rent at this
Well,
duplex and who lived there?
Did the lady who lived there was there for like 20 years, and then I ended up paying. I only paid $900, and I kick myself in the face when I think about it because I was like, dude, I probably honestly could have kept $900 of rent.
Yeah.
Forever.
Dude,
because the landlord loved me.
Yeah.
So it was like,
Dude, that's so dope.
Yeah, but
Where, that's in LA then?
Yeah, that was in LA. That was
Yeah.
that was in Highland Park, and that's funny because Raul Ruiz was actually my neighbor.
No shit.
Yeah,
Sick.
so he helped me move in. Shout out to Raul. He helped me move in all my stuff, and then that's when I started really riding with Raul. all the time.
I used to sweat him a lot. Like I still sweat him. He's shit. Man.
Yeah, he's cool, man.
It's so crazy when you like look up to somebody just on the videos that you've seen and then you meet them and they're just people, you know, and then and they're friends and shit.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
It's such a trip.
I mean, that was the funny thing when moving to California when you're then all of a sudden you're just like at a skate park and you just see, oh shit, like,
yeah,
you know, you see pros that you just like saw in
him.
magazines and stuff like that, you know,
exactly.
and you're like, what the fuck? And then so there I'd work in Quentin all week, and I would do Quentin stuff, and like I really helped like design, like not design but like help build their brand and like make it look consistent, you know. And so because I would just
say you did a good job.
I mean, yeah, it was pretty cool. It was like my first like test the waters of trying to make something look good, you know.
That's sick.
So I would do a lot of like try to
was that your only work then?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Sick.
And then on the weekends I would go out and shoot BMX.
Yeah, and then sling photos to ride and
Yeah. I mean, I think I sold one photo to ride.
Okay, where else do they go?
I sold a lot to I sold a lot to We the People and Dan's.
No shit. Okay, sick.
Yeah, I just sold. I sold one to BMX Plus.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but no, because Raul rode for We the People.
Okay. Yeah.
And then he rode for Dance Comp too.
And that's usually how it kind of works. Like
so, and that was actually cool
sponsors.
because I got really like. Me and Raul became pretty tight, and so I was shooting all his ads, and so Scott from Dan's would hit me up and be like, we need photos of Raul or whatever, and I'd be like, all right, tight. So I'd just go out and shoot stuff with him. But then that led me into like, you know, going out with Tony Nyer and like all the other Dan's guys who kind of lived in the area.
And then when and where does Peep Game come into play? Because that's another thing. I was lurking on your Instagram posting today and shit. I was just like, huh. Like you did a bunch of shit with Steve and Peep Game. Like what's that like?
That came through like...
That's pretty recent.
That started like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Or 4.
So we're talking.
That started like
with the Quentin shit. That's like 10 years ago, right? Or
no,
like
that's 8. No, that was because I moved to California in 2012. Like I moved April.
So like 7 years ago.
I moved. Yeah. I got my apartment April 2nd of 2012, and so then I worked at Quentin for like I worked there hardcore for 2 years.
Okay.
And then like 2.5 years. And then like it was just I don't know.
What was that like first of all? Like 9 to 5 type shit?
Yeah, it was like it was
like
10 it was like job? 10 to 5.
So where was it? Like did they have a warehouse?
It was in Lincoln Heights. So they had a warehouse where they make all the hats and do all the printing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they...
Like a couple separate offices for the media guys?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Up top, we had our own office. It was just because they ran, like, a bunch of other different brands out of... Or, like, they just did a lot of printing for a lot of other brands out of there. So we had our own little office, though. And I had my own little studio, so I would shoot all the product shots and everything up top. Yep. So, but it was basically 10 to 5, and then it was, like, my day was basically going to work, watch, like, see what's on the internet first, you know? And then, like, see what's just going on, and, you know, in the fashion world and all that stuff. And then
how do you do that? How do you stay on top of what's good in fashion?
I'm not very good at it right now.
Like what websites and shit? You know?
I mean, for a little while, it was like Hypebeast was really good. High Snobiety was really good.
Yep.
And then I followed a lot of like before I lost my computer, I had like the most amazing list of tumblers.
That's sick.
Just like, dude, the craziest. Like, it's just men's streetwear tumblers and stuff like that.
Such an effort to do that for anything, like whether it's music or like fashion.
Yeah, no. Shout out to the people who can like really sifting. Like, you know? I don't have the patience to be on the internet that long.
Like when I'm about to edit a video, like that's when I'm like, okay, I gotta be cool at music real quick. And
I wish I was cool at music because like
me too.
Like the people who are like really really on it with the music, I'm like, dude, I don't.
It's so fucking.
I'll listen to the same CD like 10 times.
Yeah, I have a buddy Peabody in LA, and he's a fucking head, dude. Like he's the type that goes to the record store and crate. There's a term for that. Crate searchers or some shit. Whatever. He does that, and then online too. Like he knows what's good. He'll send me a playlist every once in a while. I'm like, how the fuck, Like, it's pretty sick stuff. Hold on, let's. We're at 27. Let's go ahead and cut it here. Cut. Yeah, music, fashion. Part 2.
I know. I wish I was like, dude. I wish I was better at that. Because sometimes I find good music, and I'm getting better at it, like just like diving deep into like mixes and stuff on SoundCloud,
Yep.
But it just still takes a lot of effort.
Yeah. I was stoked on that part of the job for Sabrosa and Shadow. Like Ronnie made sure to have me use like cleared music. This is like pretty ahead of its time. He was like adamant, like you have to get the music permission. And we didn't do digital signatures yet, so I was hitting up artists from Bandcamp, finding a song that was dope on Bandcamp or SoundCloud, sending them an email with a piece of paper to print out, sign, take a picture, and send back, dude, for every single fucking video. And then we figured out how to do like DocuSign and stuff, and that whole process of just like searching tags on Bandcamp and then finding something that I think would work and actually hitting up the artist is like super dope. I still talk to a couple of the dudes that I did that for. It was pretty sick.
That's like, luckily I never had any videos that never got like uncleared or whatever, but like, I should have probably got more cleared music. But.
So you've made some videos, huh?
Yeah, I used to do a lot of I did almost all the videos for Quentin for a long time.
Hell yeah!
I made like some commercials
on the same camera, the 5D.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, made some commercials, and then I made some edits, and then it's so funny because I was like going through some old footage that I had because I bought an HMC too.
Sick.
And I was filming on that for a little while.
That was a staple back in those years.
But I think after I quit Quentin, I just decided I was like, dude, I'm just gonna focus on stills.
Yeah.
It's
a totally different game.
Yeah.
Like I thought that I could get by with like being a photographer, and because I'm a professional videographer, and it's like I can fake it kinda, but like as far as like using flashes and shit, no idea.
I know. I mean, my bag was like 50 pounds pretty much.
Poor bastard.
Yeah, I know. It's so funny. I feel like you don't get taken seriously if you're not using flashes, you know what I'm saying? Because like I just got tired of riding around with the flashes. I was like, dude, I'm like living in LA, like the dopest city ever, and it's like I gotta like, and it's miserable riding your bike around. Because like you might get a photo, you might not get a photo,
and then it becomes like a job, dude.
Yeah, I like just shooting. Just raw dogging the fucking
I agree.
Shit out of the light, dude.
What'd you just shoot? You just shot something with Robbie. Did you use flashes?
Oh yeah, we used the flash for that.
Yeah, the tunnel shit.
Yeah, the full pipes.
Tunnel.
Yeah,
full pipes, man.
Yeah, the full pipes.
Where are those things at? I wish I could have made it up.
They were on the reservation out here.
Actually, wait, don't tell anybody. Not on camera. Tell me after.
I think they probably put them in the dirt, dude.
All right, so let's see. What's after that, man?
Oh, the Peep Game?
Yeah, Peep Game.
Well, yeah, that started like about 4 years ago, I would say.
Okay.
I mean, and I think Steve's always been doing Peep Game, you know what I'm saying? But like he came, actually it was like, it's pretty funny because I don't remember meeting him at the Deadline premiere, but like he remembers meeting me, and we were like, apparently we were talking and having a conversation about shit, but then like,
you probably faded or what?
Oh, dude, I don't even remember. I don't even remember the Deadline premiere. Like, I wish I would have.
Hell yeah.
I remember it being in the theater.
Yeah.
And I remember meeting Garrett Reynolds, and then other than that, I was like,
dude, that must have been a sick fucking premiere, man. That's crazy.
It was like so funny. And so I was like, yeah, it was probably pretty good.
Yeah. Where was it? Was it at a Texas Toast or something?
No, it was in LA, and it was at, I think that it was.
Because I'm trying to think, because my memory is shit too, and I'm like, was I there? I don't think I went to that.
What? It's at the Bootleg Theater. That's where it was at. It was at this place called the Bootleg Theater.
Yeah, I don't think.
So yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Now I remember where it is, but I don't remember
All right, so you guys chop it up and then.
Yeah, but then but we kind of came into each other's like hemisphere about like 4 years ago.
Okay.
You know, because whenever I started writing more in LA with people. And like going out with like Tony and like Tony Nair and all those dudes, and, like filming with a lot of them.
Then you inevitably bump into the Peep Game boys, you know. Like,
well, because he didn't have the posse. It wasn't like the posse back then. The posse is like that's like a new establishment from about like 3 years in the making. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So it's
which
like
is pretty sick.
They are cool. Those kids, dude. Well, those kids, like, I mean, so watching those kids grow up is crazy, dude.
Yeah, right.
Because whenever Aaron Brenner and Tony Nair opened up the Block store, I was living with them when they opened that shop up, and they started doing these Saturday cruises and stuff like that, and I would always go out with them.
Big.
That was cool.
How is the Block doing?
Oh, they're
gone.
Yeah,
I'm so out of the loop.
R.I.P. It sucks though. But it's like, but you know what though? They like really changed some people's lives, dude. In LA for sure. Yeah, like 2.5 years they had their shop, and like it was super sick.
So you're talking about?
Say, dude, it's Saturday cruise. They rode a cruise every day Saturday.
Yeah.
No matter what, no matter how hungover you were, whatever, you just every Saturday.
Yeah, it's so sick.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Like that would be super sick to have here, but like it's pretty fucking hot right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna go out actually tomorrow morning at like 7:30 if you want to come hang out. But yeah, we're gonna get out early.
No, I was like, I think when I first moved out here, I went and rode with Clay, and we left at 6.
Yeah.
To go to Tucson.
Yeah, it's gotta be wicked early. All right, so you were saying about the boys growing up, like.
Oh yeah, no, I mean just like the all those kids on that squad, dude, are just like, it's cool just watching how good they get, you know, and like it was seen like, you know, just just from the Saturday cruise, like see their progression, and then now they're like just even killing it even harder, you know. It's like really cool.
It's fucking insane.
And Steve's like killing it, like they
learn tricks.
I mean, nothing. They're cool. Yeah, that's a pretty cool thing. And I was just like, I would just since I was there, I'm just down for the cause, you know. And so I would always just try to help, like just take pictures all the time when I was with them, and then it turned into like. And then it turned into like, we'd have these like studio shoots at the house. I'd set up like the white backdrop, and like we'd be just like taking pictures, dude. It was a good time. Just
that's fun, man.
Smoking spliffs.
Smoking spliffs in the at-home studio. What's Steve like? I feel like I've met him maybe once or twice, and I've never kicked it with him. Steve's fucking cool, man. Yeah.
Hard worker, dude. Unlike he just has a vision, you know what I'm saying? And he just like. He doesn't. Yeah. And he's like if he wants to do it, he's going to make it, you know, kind of guy.
Which is sick. That's like...
He's like a get things done kind of person.
Yeah,
you know?
Which is dope. I don't know. There's something about just like seeing other people doing stuff.
He'd be kind of crazy sometimes.
At least you're fucking doing it.
Other than that, though.
Yeah. I remember hearing like horrible things back in the day. I don't even remember what they were. Just like from the come up and Adam and like Steve, like something. I have no fucking clue.
I don't know. I think he said when he was partying he'd get wild. Mm-hmm. But like he doesn't drink or anything.
Yeah. So speaking of not drinking, dude, you haven't been drinking. No, 10 months sober.
10 months sober. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice. Just drinking this.
What happened there? So we're in Arizona, obviously. You just moved back here. What was going on? Like, all right, now get me back here from LA. What happened?
Oh, I mean, I was just like a multitude of things, but a lot of it was just the lease was up in my apartment. things needed to like just change for a minute, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so, and it was cool because like I just been in LA working and like not paying attention to like my family and things like that too much, you know? Like I always come out here, but the thing is I didn't have a car.
Mm-hmm.
Like I lost my car broke down like probably like 4 years ago, and then I got this like kind of beater car. Then it broke down, or like I got in an accident, and then I was like, it wasn't that bad of an accident, but like, and then I realized I was like, shit, dude, I like can't really afford the insurance on this thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, so I sold it, and then I didn't have a car. I didn't have a car for like 3.5 years.
Damn.
In LA, dude. I took Ubers and Lyfts and buses.
Yeah.
And like in the train and rode my bike everywhere, you know. And it was like, and it was really cool because I mean, it was pretty cool. It was like, so I didn't have a driver's license either because I missed a court date on like a traffic violation. I had no insurance ticket.
Yeah.
And I went to Burning Man and I fucking missed my traffic date instead.
Well,
so like,
fuck, it's worth it kind of,
whatever.
For Burning Man.
Yeah. So it was like, so by the time,
it
was like funny because I was like, I still had my ID or whatever, you know, but I was at South by Southwest one year and like I lost my wallet, fell out like a hole in my pants, and I was like, shit, this sucks. So I went to go get a new ID, and when I went in there, they were like, oh yeah, you owe like $1,000.
Oh shit.
And I was like, oh, well, that sucks.
Yeah.
so I didn't have a driver's license, no car, like, you know.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, the lease was up in my apartment, and you know, and it was just nice to come. I was like, well, I'm gonna come save money.
Yeah.
Like slow down.
Stay with moms.
And hang out with my mom.
Yeah.
And my sister and my niece, because I have like you just met her, but I have like a 3-year-old niece, and like I didn't really get to see her too much, you know.
Yeah.
And so it was cool because I've got to see her like over the last 10 months, like just all the time.
Hell yeah.
So like hang out with my sister.
What's the plan out here? Are you gonna just crash here for a while and save up and?
Oh yeah, I mean I got a car.
Spot here?
Yeah, I got a car, so there we go.
Yeah.
And now I'm just gonna
making moves.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. I got a car, got a driver's license. And the Arizona driver's license goes for like 60 years.
Till 2,700.
So
yeah.
So no, but I'm gonna stay here, save some money, and then I'm gonna move back to Los Angeles in the first of the year.
Nice, good for you.
Yeah, because it's like time to get back to work, you know.
Yeah, dude, I'm moving in with my parents at the end of this month.
Your roommates.
Yeah, I'm moving in with my roommates.
Yeah.
Mom, Ardell and Jerry, dude. Mom, what's for dinner? Ardell. Yeah, same shit. I gotta, I save up and free rent is gonna be fucking awesome for a little while, you know.
It's not that bad, you know. Yeah. I mean, it was like after I moved out of my house in California for like, I mean, damn, dude, for I guess. Was it so for probably like 3.5 years, I didn't pay more than like $400 living in California.
Damn. Yeah.
So like I lived a very like low key life.
That's so fucking good, man.
Yeah.
I was seeing this girl in LA for a while, and I would take the Greyhound out there, and she lived.
Dude, I used to take the Greyhound.
It's shit. It's like $40, and you get to LA, and then you get to have a orgy all weekend with your girlfriend. So she lived in this fucking place like above this dude's house. It totally wasn't legal that he was renting it out. And the floor, if you set like a golf ball on the ground, it would roll all the way down. Like it felt like you were leaning over, and it's so hollow. And she was paying like $1,000 to rent that spot, and it's like, wow, dude. In the shittiest part of town, there's so many fucking people there. Like,
oh yeah.
I don't know, man. Anybody thinking about making that move, would you tell them to do it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got nothing but good love for Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Definitely my favorite place.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Out of all the places I've been.
What's your like favorite or most proud accomplishment from being out there?
I mean, I'd just say like I would say like just amassing like, just documenting like what was going on and some like I've got to document some pretty fucking cool shit, like cool moments in BMX,
Little kid in you is probably pretty stoked.
Yeah, pretty stoked, dude.
Yeah.
Like it just gotta, just there's been some like really and just yeah, dude. Just and also just being able to like being kind of like being like I wanna shoot BMX when I grow up. You know what I'm saying? And like, granted, it's not all that I did.
Yeah.
But like, boom. But it was like, holy shit! Like, dude, I graduated from a class of 30 kids. Then now I live in Los Angeles and I'm like taking pictures.
Yeah.
It was like, I never wanted to do anything else. So it was like,
that's fire.
So just that right there in general is like, I feel pretty stoked, know. And then just watching like the homies like thrive too, like Nate and Wes and Gorman, like that was like. that's like, so it's like cool seeing all those dudes, you know.
The Albuquerque heads, dude.
Yeah, no, it's like it's.
How'd you meet Wes? Obviously in New Mexico through BMX, right?
Yeah, through BMX.
And he's a photographer as fuck too.
Yeah,
you know?
Super good photographer.
Did he start at the same time as you?
I'd say that we probably started because he's like 2 years younger than me.
Yeah.
But I mean, I imagine we started around the same time shooting photos.
So what's it like when you guys are both out on a session and you both have your gear?
I mean, well, I don't know.
You rock paper scissors for it? Does the rider get to say, "No, I want more"?
We haven't had an issue where we're both shooting a session kind of like that in a while, where we have our lights and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So like, but I feel like
I brought all my fucking flashes, bro. And he's like, I brought mine too.
I feel like we kind of know, like, you know, depending on the trick and depending on who it's with or whatever, you kind of just know, like, oh yeah,
oh, that's dance
Wes,
bro.
Wes got or like Wes got this one, or I'm like, or like Morty got this one. You know, it's like. You just kind of like know what's up.
Has there been any photographer beef?
Nah, not with me. Not with me.
Definitely not with you.
No, dude, Gorman one time, my homie Mario Gorman. I just gotta tell the story because it's like so funny. But he was like, shoot, Tom Vero is doing this roof gap.
Yeah.
And it was like a crazy roof gap at the school, and like Fudger was shooting it. And Gorman was on the session, and Gorman is like, he just like was getting into taking pictures, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he just was like, I guess he shot the photo.
Yeah.
And it was like fucking fantastic. And then he like uploaded on Instagram, and it was like,
oh yeah, like, Fudger's mad.
Yeah, it was like such a funny thing though, because you're just like, he's just over there on the side. Just,
the funny part is picturing how mad Fudger is at that.
It's pretty funny. I didn't see how mad he was, but I could only imagine.
Shame on you, Mario.
But no, it's like fun. I like going out with all the shooters, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
That's cool.
Except, I'm trying to think, like, for filming is
depending. I mean, you know, it's like I don't know. I mean, depending on what the project is, you know.
Yeah.
But a lot of the times it's cool because it's like I like to focus. I've like shifted a lot of my focus. Sometimes it's like not even really about the trick. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like about like everything else around it. You know,
which is so dope. I love
and
that.
So it's like it's cool because if somebody's getting taking a picture of the trick, then like. It's cool because I'm still making the other stuff, you know?
Which is super sick. Yeah. I'm actually just starting to get into B-roll. Like, for the longest time, I've just been like, just give me the fucking writing. I don't even want to film any B-roll stuff. And I'm starting to, like, really appreciate it and like it. And, yeah, I've always sweated the fuck out of Rich Foreign.
My favorite part of the video is the end of the videos. All the old videos, at the end, whenever they just had the B-roll and outtakes in the credits. Yep. It's probably like my favorite part.
And you take it for granted. Like I remember for Mediocre, the DVD, I think, I did like for each writer their own like extras or whatever, you know, and same shit, B-roll and like behind the scenes or crashes and shit, and like that ends up being the parts that everybody kind of loves and talks about, you know, more than the actual.
It's like the very first vlogs, you know.
Yeah, exactly. How do you feel about vlogs?
I mean, I don't mind them. Like,
have you done one?
I've never, dude. You know, I've never done one. I've thought about, like, I don't know, but I don't know what I would do. It would be
so fucking fun to watch.
I don't know what I would do, but I mean, I guess I've done a couple in the cuts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like help film some of those, and like I was doing like I have a lot of footage of me filming with a GoPro. Okay. You know, just like random stuff, and then
what's up, YouTube? Like that.
No, not like that, but just like interviews with people. You know, I love interviewing people.
That's real. Remember the Death Grip videos where like they cut out the question and it's just them talking? I remember like Catfish sitting on his bike against a wall. That was Harrison, right?
Yeah.
Have you met him?
I don't think I've ever met him.
He's one of the ones I've always wanted to meet. He's fucking.
No, I've never met George. I've never met Harrison. Not George Harrison.
Who's somebody that like you knew about and then you were just fucking so stoked that you met them type shit?
I mean,
probably a bunch of people, but still.
Well, yeah. I mean, Edwin De La Rosa for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. Definitely probably like up there.
Did you get to kick it with him? Like,
yeah.
What's he like?
He's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because whenever I worked for Quentin, I did this show called the Imprint Project, and we showed it at what was it called?
Imprint or Imprint?
Imprint.
Okay,
yeah, the Imprint Project. So I got like 5 photographers. I think I got Dalecki, George Marshall, Ricky Adam, Jeff Zielinski, and Edwin De La Rosa.
Heads.
And I got them to all.
Edwin does do.
Yeah, and I got them all to send me 5 prints, and we printed them.
Sick.
And we hung it at Texas Toast.
Nice.
And so then it actually traveled around the show like traveled around a couple times.
Sick.
So fast forward to when I lived in Hollywood with like Tony and all those guys at the Palace. Edwin came through and spent the night, and he spent the weekend with us.
Hell yeah!
And it was just like fuck.
And he's party man.
Yeah,
he was. I don't know if he
just
is
drinking
now.
Hennessy.
Yeah,
it was fun though. It's fun though, you know. But it was cool because from that, like, it was just us talking on email, you know. So and then probably the first time I met Z too.
Yeah, big time, dude.
Yeah, that was super cool.
He's such an OG. It's crazy how long he's been doing it.
Yeah,
and filming and
the like one of the times I came to work for Quentin, it was like around Thanksgiving, and we were like running late or whatever, and like going home, me and Wes and Nate, and we ended up kicking it at a Friendsgiving with Z and like Bostrom and all these dudes in Long Beach, and it was like super cool. They were just like, come in and kick it with us. And
they're just people, you know.
Yeah, no, it was like super cool. It was just like welcoming, you know.
Yeah, so sick, man. I think I met Z through Drew. I have to imagine, and same shit, dude. You're Jeff Z, and I'm like trying to just hold back from freaking out inside. I fucking love that shit.
He's just been killing. I saw him at X Games today. He has like his like Einstein flash like connected to the camera like this, so he can shoot the dirt jumps. Is like, this is so genius.
Yeah, he is genius. What do you think of Gut Stain's photos?
Love him.
Yeah, he's sick, right?
Yeah.
He has some sort of secret with his flashes and syncing that he told me, and I couldn't even repeat it because I don't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah, no,
he's talking about.
No, I have no idea. I need to actually call him.
Right? He told me it's like this secret shit that everybody wants to know about, and I'm like, cool. You could tell me, and I wouldn't even be able to repeat it. I have no fucking.
No,
clue.
I know. Yeah, he does something crazy with the hypersync or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out Gut Stains.
Yeah, shout out to Gut Stains, dude. Yeah, I've met him a couple times. He's cool as fuck. Yeah, he's great.
Big heavy bush boys, man. He just swung through town. He was at the airport, hit me up, and I picked him up for a little bit. Yeah, we were talking to you that day.
Yeah.
And fucking, he came to my.
He was shooting a wedding.
Office.
He was.
He was shooting some crazy wedding up by the Grand Canyon or some shit. That's sick. Let's see, dude. Well, that's pretty good. What else do we talk about? I feel like that's the first break right now where I was like, oh shit.
Oh shit! What else you want to know?
What are we doing right here, man? We got.
Oh yeah.
We got a bunch of art. This is the art table.
The art table right here.
Also, Xbox, baby.
Yeah.
You on that Fortnite?
Xbox. Dude, I suck at Fortnite. But you know, I figured I might try playing with.
Did you try it?
Oh well, I'm gonna try to play the Rumble. So I get better.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. I just like. I've spent so
Even
much,
when you suck, it's so fucking fun.
Dude, I still just play Skate 3. It's pretty much like I'll just play that.
Dude, I can feel the tricks in my thumb.
And I just got
that shit.
I just got the snowboarding game called Steep, and that's pretty dope.
Sick.
Yeah.
Back to non-video games.
Yeah.
The art. What are these?
Oh yeah, these are just some collages I'm making. I'm working on some collages for this. I want to do art show.
We got art, baby.
I used to like make postcards, dude. I have like a shitload of postcards. I'm working on an Instagram account called Postcards Malone.
Sick. Hell yeah.
So I'm just gonna fucking basically just people just send me their address and I'll just send them a custom postcard.
That's rad. That's so rad.
Like this one, yeah. I'll probably put like "fuck you" on it or something. Like.
That's super sick, man.
Dude, I wish I had some of that fucking. Oh, you talk about Gabe, huh?
Yeah, man. Let's talk about. I was about to show my shirt. Like, hey, there's Gabe.
Yeah.
I got that same shirt though. Rest in peace, man. Yeah. What was your first experience meeting Gabe?
My first experience meeting Gabe was the trip to Mexico.
Okay. Yeah.
Where he did the Albion interview.
Yeah.
That shit was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Dude, he was like, when he was doing the interview, he was like, we were all around this campfire, and I wish I could fucking remember the guy's name. Hold on, I fucking got his name right here. I don't have that issue, but fuck, what's his name, dude? Daniel Benson.
Yeah.
Benson, dude.
UK, right?
Yeah. Daniel Benson was because he was on that trip shooting an article for
Sick.
The Albion.
I remember him.
The Albion is probably one of my favorite magazines.
Yeah, it was definitely the sickest for sure.
The juiciest.
It's not still going, right?
No.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it was free.
That's so
it
was
sick.
free in the UK. But granted, Endless is pretty cool. I fuck with Endless. I had some pictures. I got a pretty good grip of pictures in the Gabe issue. Pretty cool.
So Gabe, he was a fucking character for sure.
Oh yeah, dude, he was a man.
I did my internship with Adam 22 in the Come Up in like 2010, and I was in his like apartment or whatever in Long Beach, and Gabe would show up at like bright and early, dude, like 7:30, 8 o'clock to the place where we were, and just like dressed to the nines, like looking good, ready for the fucking day, just like up as fuck. Let's go. And I don't know, he's a very powerful presence to be around, and it was fucking awesome to hang out with him, and like also very scary at the same time. Like, he's the real deal, like type of gangster dude, but like being around him was like you feel safe in the streets, Dude,
I remember whenever I was working one week or like it was like I just got into LA, and like I was hanging out with Gabe, and I was like, man, I need some weed, and he was like, oh yeah, I got you. And so like we went over to his hood, and we were like getting some weed from these people, and then like I was like roll a joint afterwards, and he's like, man, I'll just show you around. So we like took a like tour through the neighborhood, and he's like telling me all the spots and stuff that. And it was fucking one time, dude. I was working.
Fuck, I want to tour the hood.
Yeah, it's pretty dope, dude.
Are you kidding me?
And then because I was staying at this really, dude, I got this like super shitty hotel in like right by the airport, and it was just like it was like a seedy establishment, but it was nice. It had a living room and everything. It was like $30 a month or $30 a night.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a pretty good deal. But
yeah.
But then, but this funny story was like I was working on this project with Gabe, and we were like. It was like kind of like documentary kind of thing for Quentin, and while I was like, he was like, yeah, I gotta go do this thing, come, like I gotta go do this talk, and with these kids, and I was like, all right, cool. So it's like we go into so I go, and I'm like, it's early morning, and we're like at this like youth center, and I'm in the lobby just waiting because I have the camera, and I'm just filming him go in and stuff like that, and like. Yeah. I'm in the lobby like waiting, and like and this lady's like, well, what are you doing here? I'm like, well, just start talking to me, and I was like, well, I'm just here filming Gabe, but we're working on this like project,
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, why don't you come give a talk too? And so like next thing you know, I'm in the talk too. Like I'm just like there like
to a bunch of kids or what?
Yeah, to a bunch of kids, and like they're going through everybody, and it's like. And there were like professional dancers there, and then it was like Gabe, professional BMX rider, and then there was like the host of my my like favorite radio station in LA,
sick,
which I thought was dope. You know what I'm saying? And then like,
of course that's dope. That's sick as fuck.
That was pretty cool. So I'm like there just giving a talk to all these people, and I told them I was like, yeah, I'm from like this little nowhere town, graduated from a class of 30 kids, and they all just started laughing at me because they like couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
But it was cool.
That's so sick. So you just shoulder to shoulder giving speeches with Gabe and your heroes.
Yeah, dude. I went on a couple a couple more trips because we went to Texas Toast together with the Quentin trip. That was the first time I ever did a dab.
Nice.
And because we stopped, we were like, we gotta get the weed. We gotta hit the weed store before we go to Texas.
Yeah.
And so like I walk it. I think it might have even been the first like dispensary that I go into. Like in like I go there. And it's like, dude, it's like what you would think it was like in the movies.
Yeah.
Like it's like everybody's sitting on couches getting high.
Yeah.
They got like a dab bar and stuff, and they're like, oh, you bought this much weed. And like I'm like driving the van, and they're like, you want to hit the dab? And I was like, oh yeah, I guess I'll hit the dab. And I'm like, let's get fucking torch, dude. I'm like driving out of LA, and I'm like, oh, this sucks. Like this is fucking horrible.
Yeah. So fucking paranoid.
Yeah.
I didn't know that it was so potent, dude. I remember my first dab, like. Guy was like, yeah, you don't need that much, it's fairly strong, and I was like, sure. And I was like, what the fuck?
I was like, man, I smoke hash. I smoke hash.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah,
I had no fucking clue what I was getting into. I don't understand how people do that. You don't smoke anymore?
No, not really.
Yeah.
No.
Straight silver lead.
And then I went on the trip video while they were filming for the trip tape. I went to SF with them.
Sick.
Yeah. That was
Gabe went to SF for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a couple, like one of them. Yeah. That was that was like, I think that was like the first trip that I went on that I was like, when it's like, you like, it's like when you're hanging out with a new group of people, and it's like, so like, I was just, like, I was like, oh dude, like, I felt like for the first like drive up there, I felt like a little out of place because I didn't really know. Yeah. I knew Tony and I, and like, I knew a couple other people, and like, I met Ty before a couple times, but like never really like, I didn't really kick it with all those guys a lot,
Yeah.
And then after that trip, that's when I started riding with them more.
Sick.
And that was a fun trip.
What is Ty like being around? He's the Lord, man.
Oh, dude, it's pretty. I got to shoot some pretty cool stuff with him.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty stoked on like.
Is he like business when it comes to,
Yeah. I mean, he's like definitely business when he's trying to get something done for sure. But he's also like But it's like funny because you would think he's like so focused, but then he'll like make like a joke or something to the homies. But he doesn't like people walk, like when people walk by and shit like that, you know. But like the homies, he'll like fucking make a joke too.
Yeah.
Before he does something crazy, you know. But like you can tell when he's focused. Like, you know, which is pretty cool. I remember the first time I shot the first photo I shot with him. It was like this double pegged to hard 180 he did and on this like dumpster, and I was like, I wonder if he's gonna do it. And
I have a picture in my head of like that picture, but I don't know if it's the right one.
And yeah, I mean
that man's done a couple double pegged.
Yeah.
You know?
It might have been. I don't know. I remember Aaron was filming it, and Aaron was telling me, he was like, yeah, man, because I used to give Aaron Brenner when Aaron Brenner ran Primo, or like not ran Primo, but he was like doing all the Tip Plus stuff.
Yeah.
He was the sample sizes, so I used to give Aaron Brenner all these clothes from Quentin, and then in return he'd give me bike parts and stuff. So it's like, so I was like had a pretty good working relationship with him for a while, you know? But I remember he was like, well, he's like, I wouldn't pull the flashes out yet. He's like, give me the lowdown. He was like, you might want to wait till we were like about to figure it out. I was like, all right, tight. So I had everything set up, and then he went and obviously did it, you know. I was like, pretty chill. First time I ever was scared though, dude, shooting a photo, it was fucking there were two actually times I've been like, you know, the first time that I realized, I was like, oh shit, people do really fuck up shit on bikes. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was on that.
Like doing damage to property, you mean?
No, just like, they're like capable of doing really crazy shit.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when you, cause it was the last spot of this trip, and Augie Simoncini, he wanted to do a switch hanger on this flat rail over in the like a little south of San Francisco. And I was like, it was like nighttime. We were just leaving. It was like probably like 1 o'clock in the morning, and we were at the spot. We had the generator set up and all this shit, right? And
hold that thought. Generator.
Yeah, so we had all the generator set up and everything, and then I was like up on the top of the stairs, and Augie's just doing run-ups, you know. And I was like, fuck, I was like, is he really gonna switch hanger this? Like,
it's a flat rail?
Yeah, it's like a flat down rail. Like,
okay.
No, it's like a flat down rail, like a 17.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
And he's done.
You mean like square?
Yeah, square rail.
Okay. Yeah.
Down to 17.
No shit. Okay.
And he's like, want to switch hanger it, and I was like, is he really gonna fucking do this? Like, like in my head, I'm thinking like, this is not a good idea. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
scared for the.
Yeah, I'm like scared because I'm like, dude.
Yeah. And then do you say something?
No, absolutely. I don't say shit. No, but like I have all my flashes set up, and like I'm like tucked under the stairs, and I can't see him coming and anything, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck, I would be like, I haven't seen. He's like, all right, he's like, I'm going. Fucking does it first try.
Nice.
And that's when I realized, I was like, I think I closed my eyes and I like shot it, and I was like, I hope I got it, because like I couldn't see anything. So
did you get it?
I got it.
Hell yeah.
Like, I've had a lot of luck. Yeah. So and then another one was like, it was me and Tony and Aaron, and we were all going to this thing. Remember that article in Ride? It was like a photo from around the world, and it was like the same. So we did that. We did that one.
Yeah. I was with Ballman when he did his.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah, so we were part of the we worked on the same article together.
Hell yeah.
And so that one was so funny because we were like, Tony had this spot in mind, and I was like, fuck yeah, let's go, you know? And like, and it was just that big, I don't know if you remember, it was like that huge ledge at this school, like just this ridiculous hubba. Okay. And like we just had everything set up, and I was like ready to go. And I mean, there was no warm up or anything, you know. Yeah. Like, dude, I was like, fuck, we gets it, you know. Fucking done.
Of course. So what about like have you ever been on the session where somebody like got seriously hurt?
I mean, no, I haven't been. I think the only one I was filming this kid. His name was Greg, and he used to rap for Quentin. Like we were putting him on Flow. We were filming Edit, and he fucking went for a truck off this marble ledge, and he slipped out and broke his wrist. Okay. But, yeah. I mean, that still sucks because I mean, you're there and you're like, you know, he's filming. We're filming him. It's like for our video, and then he's like, I'm gonna do this.
There's so much guilt,
and you're like, I have to feel bad.
Yeah,
you know?
It's fucking insane. But I hate it when I tell like somebody that and half the time I filmed it just fine, but I'm really high standards, and I'm like, if you want to do it again, you know, and then if they get hurt on that one, it's like, oh, I want to die. Like I hate the one more curse, you know. Yeah. No bueno. No bueno.
Yeah, doing them. having people do it again, that's like the worst. It sucks. Sometimes you get asked. I don't mind it. If you know that the person can do it again.
Yeah, it does.
And if it's not crazy.
Depend on like which person it is.
Sometimes I've been like super lucky, like Augie's ender in the Trip Tape, the over ice on the 20 stereo that he does.
Yeah.
That was so funny because it was like starting to rain, and I have all my flashes set up, and I'm like down on the basketball court, kind of to the side, and Ty's like, man, you should go up there, and I'm like, oh, sick, yeah, that's a good idea. So I like run up to where he points, and I thought he was pointing towards like I thought he was pointing like kind of up on these bushes, and I like get up there, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I can't see anything, and here's Augie trying to do this before the rain gets going, you know?
Yeah, shit.
I was like, he's like, no, I'm talking about the basketball court, and I was like, oh, and it's like
on the basketball hoop?
So he throws me up on the hoop, and he gets back over there, and then I look at my camera, and my camera's about to die.
Fuck yeah.
And then my flashes, dude, my batteries on I could tell my pocket wizards are like borderline dead, and I was like, oh my god. And then I could just see it was like starting to rain, and I was like, Augie was gonna do it one more time because he like looped out on the first try. And I was like, dude, all right, everything is just gonna work out, you know? And like
did it?
Yeah, got it, dude. Nice. And then I think my shit died pretty much right after.
Yeah, it's so sketch. I've been there a bunch where I barely hit record in time for the trick sometimes, and it's like, okay, I'm glad I got it.
That's worse.
Yeah.
Because you just got so much responsibility.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's like a lot of responsibility, you know what I mean?
Dude, my trip to Woodward was like one of my first trips with Sabrosa, and we did this Woodward West shootout or whatever.
I remember that.
And we beat volume. But I showed up without my camera. Like, we drove there, and I left my camera bag by my front door in my house, and I was just so excited to go. And I didn't realize that I left it there until we showed up to Woodward, and I was like, did it get stolen? And I call my roommate. He's like, no, it's right here. I'm like, oh my god, dude. So like, we used LaShawn's camera for the first day, and then my dad overnighted my bag to the shit.
Was that VX?
And it all worked out. Yeah, VX. So it was so fucked, dude. Big fuck up. What was your biggest fuck up? Was that it? The closest one? The almost fuck? I'm sure you fucked up.
Dude. Times. I mean, probably like, what was my biggest fuck up? I mean, probably my biggest fuck up one time I left a hard drive in a hotel.
Yeah.
I mean, because
did you get it back?
No. Yeah. By the time I like remembered where it was, because it was like about like a week or so later.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, that feeling sucks.
I should call that hotel though. Maybe it could be like a weird lost and found. You know, dude, you never know actually. You know, but. Yeah, that was pretty bad. And then that sucked because that had a lot of like new work on it, you know? I've had a lot of bad luck with hard drives. Now I back up everything. Dude.
And now you back up everything, yeah. I've learned to appreciate backing up. I had all of Mediocre at Best Lightworks footage on this hard drive, and I was coming back from seeing that girl in LA on the Greyhound, and we stop in Blythe. And like there's a 15-minute break usually. Yeah. And we stop at this gas station. Weed. Yeah.
Or drink a beer.
Yeah, whatever though, you know. And so like we get off the bus, and I have to shit, so I ran across, and I left my bag on the bus because I'm not going anywhere. And I ran to this next spot to take a shit, and then I was like timing myself. I was like 15 minutes, I got it, and I shit within 2-3 minutes, and came back, and it was gone. Like the bus was gone. And I was like, I know I didn't shit for that long, like what the fuck? And so I talked to the gas station person, and they were like, oh yeah, we weren't here. They must have gone out of the bus and then realized that the gas station was closed and then left. And so my bag is just, with a camera in it and a hard drive, is just on its way back to the Phoenix Greyhound station. Shit. So I'm just stuck in Blythe, like at this gas station, like freaking out, calling everybody, like, Laura, can you go pick up my bag from the Greyhound? I call the Greyhound station. They're like, sorry, it's not our responsibility, not our problem type shit. And so like the people behind me must have just grabbed it on their way out and like just gone forever. Shit. A laptop too.
Damn.
Yeah, dude, that sucks so much. That's the worst. Yeah. I ended up just staying in Blythe for the night. Like,
good old Blythe, dude.
I drank 40s with the gas station attendant at one point. I'm just sitting behind the counter with him like, hey, dude, how's work going? Just having fun. But yeah, that's a big fuck up.
Yeah, we went on a peep game trip to fucking Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
and everything was.
You always take trips to Mexico.
Everything was on the trip. Everything was so good, and then everything was like so good, dude. I got some really great stuff, and I brought my hard drive with me because I was like working on updating my website and stuff like that, and fucking the last day of the trip, we were like everybody was, it was the jam, and then we were like go ride this spot, and so I was like, well, we just left I took my camera bags with me because I almost left my flashes and stuff in the car too, but then yeah, dude, we came back and the van was broken into, and me and Rakani's bags were gone.
Dude, I remember this. I think I remember this.
Yeah, shit was the worst, dude. Yeah. It was a devastating blow.
Yeah.
But it's all good, man, because it's like I was really depressed about it for a while, because it was like I worked like there's like 3 years of living in LA gone, you know,
so much
that
shit,
I could just like never get back, you know.
So that's the thing about pictures and videos, just like it's more. There's no price on it, you know. It's not like you can save up money and buy those pictures back.
Yeah, so that's cool. But it focuses, so like I basically just took the whole year after that. Mm-hmm. I didn't really show pictures to anybody, and I just really honed in on the craft. You know,
sick.
Yeah.
Let's move on to IG questions.
Oh yeah,
for
what's up? What do we got, dude?
Oh, speaking of moving back in with my mom, what color sheets and pillowcases do you want for the bed?
Oh, you want?
What color sheets and pillowcases should I get for? I want some silk, velvet.
I want silk sheets and velvet covers.
I want purple, Mom. All right. Let's go. How do I even work this thing here, boys? Okay. Jibby Hendricks says, Team Playboy trip? ? Cool question, bro.
Yeah.
It's not a question.
That was a great trip, actually.
Any cool stories from that trip?
I mean, dude, the whole trip was so... Yeah, the best story about it was like... So, Gorman was bringing a van, and he had a 10-person passenger van or whatever, passenger van. And it turns out he couldn't get it because he didn't have a credit card. So, they only gave him a 7-person van. So what was going to be like a 10-person van turned into 9 people in a 7-person van.
Damn.
And they picked me up in Phoenix, and we drove to Albuquerque in the 7-person van.
Packed like sardines.
Packed, dude, just like
dude.
I like.
But sometimes that makes the trip better, man.
Dude, it was like, it was so funny because it was literally like bikes everywhere.
Yeah.
And then just like in the video, like that, I think that first day, like because I love Maloof.
Yeah.
So it was like.
Dude,
like not in love with Maloof, I just like
I'm in love with him.
I just but like,
will you marry me?
But like, dude, that was a cool trip. Just like him filming and just the whole vibe of the trip was like really great.
Perfect. You know? Yeah, Maloof's the best, dude.
And it just started with that guy yelling at us in the very beginning.
Yeah,
like it was so funny. He just came out of the building and was just like, "What the fuck?" He was like, "What the fuck?"
He chased Tony across the street or something.
Yeah, dude. And then I haven't been in like a situation like that in like forever too, because I just been chilling. So it was like start riding like with the crew, and then all of a sudden you just get yelled at. And then
that's what it's all about.
And then it was like funny because he's like, "Well, I'm gonna call the cops." And then at Los Angeles, it's just like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna call the cops? Please call the cops. I want you to. I'll call them for you. You know, if you want, like, because it's gonna take them like an hour to get there.
Yeah.
You know, but in Phoenix, like I just knew that Phoenix police don't have as much stuff to do. You know.
Yep, that's not as
because they're everywhere.
It's I feel like they've gotten more lax over the years.
I don't think that they would do anything like really realistically.
Dude, Phoenix cops used to be fucked with bikes because like skate parks were like only for skaters and BMXers weren't allowed, and it was at the point where like there was protests and like big jams breaking into skate parks and shit, and like cops.
No, I remember because I was like listening to Clay interview, and I remember whenever he talks about what's the park, Goodyear Park, when that opened up and killed out bikes. I came here for that actually,
sick.
And that park was actually really fun.
So sick, dude. I love that park, except for the back part where it's all scary ass bowls and shit. I can't do that stuff, dude. All right, Zan Bergeron, do you know him? Yeah. So what's your favorite lighting setup for portraits? Any light modifiers?
Oh, I mean, for me, it's just like the softbox with a grid.
Softbox with the grid.
Softbox with the grid.
I don't know what that means.
I mean,
what's the grid?
A grid is like this thing that goes on the softbox that can like controls how much light goes onto your subject. Because with the softbox, it's still just like blasts everywhere. But with a grid, you can like really just kind of hone in.
So it's physically a thing that just narrows it?
Yeah, pretty much just narrows the light. Or a beauty dish. I really like a beauty dish.
What's a beauty dish?
It's like a big. It's just like a big metal dome, kind of like the reflectors that we use on our to shoot BMX.
So like what they use at Penn Express for the orange chicken.
Yeah, pretty much it's like a walk.
Yeah.
And then you put a grid on it.
Nice.
And it's like just kind of like really controls the light, you know?
Yeah. What's like the craziest place you've gone to shoot a portrait? Have you done like exotic locations?
Oh, I mean, no, I mean the craziest place I've ever done was probably like oh man, it would probably shoot Marilyn Manson in
what?
in Johnny Depp's party house in Sunset Boulevard was probably up there.
All right.
Or
hold on, you're gonna move on from that,
or
dude?
Michael Keaton's house was pretty cool.
Jesus.
Oh no, actually the craziest house that I've ever been in was the guy who was the producer for the Jeffersons and like all these shows from back in the 60s.
Dude, residual money. Oops.
And like this guy, dude, he lived in the like Palisades, and like I remember me and my boss, we were like going because I worked as a photo assistant. So and he did like he does like environmental portraits for like LA Magazine and the fuck is the other one? With a couple other magazines like that in LA. So we were shooting a lot of like just celebrities.
Yeah.
And like, but this guy, dude, walked into his house, and I was just like, dude, he was like. It was crazy. He had so much art on his walls. Yeah. I mean, he's an old man, dude. Like, so the decor was very like, it was just the door. Yeah, it was just, but it was like just I don't know. It was just really cool. Like he had a lot of really.
It sounds like straight out of a movie.
No, it was crazy, dude. He had like just paintings that you would see in museums. Like he had pieces of art that you would see in a museum.
Nice.
You know,
yeah.
but on his walls.
Of course.
He was like, yeah, they just gave this to me.
Yeah, dude. The richer you get, the more shit you get for free. That's,
like who's
real.
the guy? The guy who does. Fucking. I'll think of it in a minute. But
okay. Can we get back to Marilyn Manson?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Johnny Depp's house. What the fuck?
Yeah,
dude?
Marilyn Manson. That shit was pretty fun. That was for New York Times.
How does that happen? How
dude,
did you? Yeah.
My boss, dude. I just was his photo assistant. And we would go on crazy assignments, dude.
That's fucking.
And Marilyn Manson was super cool. It was like that shit was so funny because he really liked because his manager. She was like, well. I don't know how he's gonna be like today. Like he could be like either this or he could be like that, you know. And like, and he apparently he was in a really good mood.
Nice.
So like he actually does photography himself. So like he was talking to my boss and asking him questions and stuff.
Nice.
And then we were like drinking a beer and like we had like because we would show up probably like 2 hours early and then set up 3 different lighting setups and then. We'd get the whoever we were shooting and literally like normally in like 10 minutes they were gone.
Get their shit, yeah.
And then we were packed out in like 20 minutes.
But with him,
he kicked it with us for like he had even another interview to do, but he was just kicking it with us. He's like, I'll do that in a minute. Like,
nice.
It was pretty cool. That shit was pretty. That was pretty.
He's
dope.
a tall dude, right?
Yeah, pretty tall.
Yeah. And deep ass voice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Was he wearing like full makeup?
No, he was
shit?
Manson. Yeah, he was like Manson that day.
He was Marilyn Manson for sure.
Yeah, because it was like for it was when his new album came out.
Nice. Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Fucking crazy story that you got to do.
Yeah, dude.
All right, first camera you used to hoot pics of BMX at Young Fisheye. He means shoot.
Shoot.
Hoot
first,
BMX.
Was a Canon Rebel.
Nice.
Yeah. No, and then that got stolen, and then a Canon 40D.
Sick. 40D.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know anything. I don't know. I know nothing. All right, at West Side Legend, Clay. Big Mort. Ask him about when he thought the feds were following him around his hood.
I won't talk about that. But I love that he asked me that.
All right, let's see. What color sheets do you want for your bed? My mom asked you. Just kidding.
Oh yeah. Well, I had nice ones.
All right, let's see. And then Maloof says, ask him about Fit Out of Hand.
Oh, I mean. That whole trip was just pretty awesome. Like, dude,
that was the trip that you came and
that was when I met you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Weird.
And that because we all stayed at Maloof's house, and it was like, and that trip was cool. That was like the first trip with those dudes, and Reed was on the trip. That was like hanging out with Reed and and like I don't know. That really solidified my friendship with a lot of those guys. Just like I don't know.
You've been a legend ever since, I feel like.
I just got along with it.
Every time your name came up and like you were possibly going to come to town, it was always like so much giddiness.
We had a lot of fun.
Dude. Yeah. Morty's coming.
We had a lot of fun on that trip. It was real productive.
Yeah, man, you have a really cool vibe about you, you know?
Yeah, it was fun.
When you go places, like I just brought you to that shoot for Wheels in Motion, and I was like,
that was cool.
You get along with everybody really well. It's a treat working with you, man.
You have to, man. You know?
And then what is the Palace?
Oh, the palace was like.
Is that the duplex?
No, the palace was it was the house. I moved into the palace, but the palace before that it was the house with Tony Nair, Aaron Brenner, Augie Simoncini, and then Hoder lived there for a little while.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Hoder lived there for a little while, and he moved out, and then Sean.
Yep.
Sean McIntosh lived there for a little while.
Shitty.
Yep, Shitty lived there for a little while, and then basically it was like the hub for all those dudes for riding in Hollywood. Like,
did you say you lived there for a little bit or no?
Yeah, I lived there for the end of it. For the last like 2.5 years, I lived there.
What is it like living in a house with that many, I guess, names, but like...
Oh, dude, it was the best.
It was chill? No beef, no drama? No
dude, literally, I feel like I was just like, so, dude, I feel so blessed to be like with that squad of people.
Yeah.
Like, I moved there. Just
those are all pretty solid dudes.
It's such a good dude. Yeah, it was like there were 7 of us. I shared a room with this dude named B Money. It was like funny because it was me and B Money, and we slept on the floor for a long time, for like about like a couple months, and then a room opened up, and they're like, "Would you want the room?" And we were like, "All right, yeah, we'll be roommates." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, dude, we just fucking just lived in that house, dude, and just rode and
BMX
chilled
house
and,
life, dude.
Yeah.
I miss
it.
BMX.
It was really cool, man. We had a pool table. That was always the best.
Yeah, for real though. How's your pool game?
Good.
Good.
That's kind of good.
We should play some pool.
Yeah, we definitely should.
And
but the palace. Shout out to all those dudes. Like that, they're like the family right there. You know, real for sure.
All right. Let's get some more. What was that? The last one? Yes. All right.
Yeah. See. So.
And then I'm pretty sure. Oh, Randy. Right? Is that?
Oh, Randy?
Yeah, Maloof asks. He didn't even ask. I was like, hit me with some questions for Morty. He said, Randy.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? All right, what is Randy?
All right, well, Randy started out, dude. He was like, it was like it was like a Halloween outfit that our friend Nelson didn't have a costume. Okay. So this guy, Billy, who like ran this after hours, gave him this like pigeon mask, you know, and like so anyways he forgot it at our house, and so we've had this mask forever, you know. Okay. And so this one time we were just like on these mushrooms, and this guy, and like we're all like just like chilling, you know, but it's also like super heady, you know. Yeah. And well, I'll just say we were not mushrooms, but it was like, say we were having a good time. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Just having like a really good time, dude. We were watching Pineapple Express. Yeah. And like, everybody was having too good of a time and not really talking to each other. And like, you know, and so like, and then all of a sudden, like, we looked around and like, Augie has this pigeon mask on, dude, out of nowhere. And we're like, what the fuck? And he's like, what's up, guys? I'm Randy. I'm the new roommate. And like, dude, we just all cracked up laughing, and we just started making up a whole story. So like Randy, he's his art book. Now he's like transitioned, dude. I feel like I got so many pictures of him. Yeah. I want to do a book.
Book about Randy.
Yeah, because it kind of turned into like he's a man on vacation from Minnesota. He lives in Minnesota, works at the post office, and he's on vacation for the summer. Okay. So, but when he's on vacation, he wears a pigeon mask. At home, dude, when he works at the post office, he's like a regular guy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But on vacation, he just wears the mask. Yeah. So, like, we just, I took a picture. We would put him on all kinds of people. Like, I would just take the mask. Like, we would take the mask to the bar. Mm-hmm. We'd take the mask to, like, everywhere with us and just, like, have different people wear the mask, you know? Yeah. And so, like, so then basically it's, like, his vacation, but like through different people, you know. Mm-hmm. And we had a Tinder forum for a little while. Nice. And there was like 5 of us in the different. It was like Randy. I think I matched more with Randy. Like I changed my name on Facebook to Randy from the block or Randy McFly, and so like, and it was the mask, and these girls would just be like, "Oh, nice mask! Like we take you out on a date on the mask."
Yo, speaking of Tinder, do you have any one-line pickup lines that us single dudes can use?
Dude,
you got any good ones?
Oh man, you know, this is like so funny. The only time one time I used the pickup line from this Enzi's and Sorry special where he's like, "I'm going to Whole Foods. You need anything?" And I just like I was like, I'm just gonna say that. That sounds funny. And the girl's like, "Oh, so yeah, you watched that episode too, huh?" Nice. I was like, "Oh, well, yeah, I guess so."
Damn. Foiled.
I just go with like, what's up?
Yeah.
I don't even like talking on there.
I
just like to match, and I'm like, oh, I matched. Nice. And then I just
cool.
leave it at that.
It feels good. And then I start thinking about like a whole conversation from scratch with a stranger. It's just like, I'm exhausted already. I'm tired just thinking about doing that. I'm not going to do it.
No.
I just went on a Tinder date last night. It was great. Dude. We did it.
Yeah, we did it. That was good. It was like an hour.
Yeah, hour and a half. Right there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's good.
All right. Did you guys enjoy it?
Thanks, guys.
Cool.
Thanks, Mr. Bobby. Kanode is good.
Yeah. Kanode knows Morty better now than I did. So come up here. Let's do a little thumbnail. How's that? That's good.
We can even put the... I got Randy, too, man.
Yes. Get Randy.
What's up? I'm Randy, bro. From Minnesota.
Boom. That's fucking fire. All right, dude. That's a wrap, baby.
Yeah, dude. Maloof loves Randy. It's hilarious.
Speaking of Maloof, boom. Maloof is on my